about how to enhance the coordination between the ANC and the KwaZulu-Natal provincial government as we pursue the goals of our revolution to better the lives of the people of our province. It is my principal position that the ANC remains a strategic center of power which should provide uninterrupted strategic leadership in the movement, the society and government. As an individual member of the ANC, or as individual members of the ANC, we joined the organization voluntarily and with no expectation of material benefit. In joining the ANC, we avail our skills and expertise at the disposal of our movement. It is my sincere conviction that revolutionaries should at no stage be an overburden to the revolutionary movement. Revolutionaries should always enhance the functioning of the organization and the execution of the revolutionary program of action. Once a cadre becomes a center of any matter that does not take forward the execution of the revolution, that member ought to undertake a conscious self-assessment on whether he or she still assists the organization to implement its program. Members should avoid becoming the issue of debate, but assist the movement to go forward. In this regard, all members of the ANC are expected to do everything to strengthen our movement and avoid any action that can weaken the organization or derail the struggle. Informed by this conviction and having undertaken due consultation, I've taken a position to resign the position of the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal province. I've taken this decision consciously and expeditiously so that there is no doubt about the strategic direction that the movement and the government should be taking going forward. I do believe that in the period we have been entrusted to serve the people of our province by the ANC, we have honored our responsibilities. We did our utmost best to advance the goals of the National Democratic Revolution and did our part to accelerate the goal of radical socio-economic transformation. I therefore wish to thank all the people and sectors that have supported the work of this government in the 6th administration. I'm grateful for the support we have received from our dearly departed King, His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini Kapikuzu. I am thankful to the reigning King, King Misuzulu Kazwelithini, for the courageous support he has given us since his ascendancy to the throne. I thank without a reservation all colleagues who are part of the Executive Council for the manner in which we have worked together as a collective, sharing ideas in a comradely spirit and support to each other. With all due humility, I'm appreciative of the guidance and support provided to me as a Premier, and I'm conscious of the fact that all the achievement we scored during the period we have been given to serve were largely due to the collective effort we all invested together in the development of our province. I thank the legislature, in particular the Speaker, Honorable Nontembeko Boys, my comrades, and revolutionary activists in the ANC. I wish also to thank the ANC as a movement for having trust in me and deployed me to serve on its behalf as a leader of the government of KwaZulu-Natal. May I take this opportunity to thank leaders of opposition parties in the legislature. I thank the pleasant engagement we shared with the leader of the official opposition, Honorable Hlabisa. I wish to thank all religious leaders from all faith-based organizations. I'm sincerely grateful to the KwaZulu-Natal Christian Council, Hlangana Zion, all leaders from the Shembe Church, and all other leaders of different faith-based organizations. We have enjoyed pleasant support from the business community, especially the co-chair of the KZN Growth Coalition, Mr. Moses Tembe, but we have equally enjoyed support from KZN Economic Council and all chambers of commerce and industry in the province. I wish to thank the labor unions from various federations, their affiliates in the public sector, and those operating at a shop floor level in various private sector companies. As always, reserving the best for the last, I wish to particularly express my great appreciation to my family, my wife, my kids, and the entire family for the support they've given me. I also wish to thank most sincerely all people of the province for the support offered to us during this period. We have always understood that we are nothing but just servants of the people. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to all public servants of our province who continues to do work under difficult and challenging conditions. At the beginning of the term of office, we developed strategic objectives and immediately concretized those strategic objectives into key milestones as part of strategic and annual plans of departments. These objectives include economic transformation and creation of jobs, education, skills and health, reliable and quality basic services, especially water, spatial integration, human settlement and efficient local government, social cohesion and safe communities, a capable, ethical and a developmental state, and lastly, a better Africa and a better world. Notwithstanding our commitment to ensure delivery on these strategic objectives, the current executive had to grapple with the catastrophic incidents that befell our country and the province in particular. From the first year of this term, just as we were beginning to implement our program of action, we had to deal with the deadliest effect of the COVID-19 virus, which erupted and engulfed the world, resulting in successive lockdown, loss of lives, destruction of the economy, and deepening unemployment. We were secondly affected by the painful arrest of former President Jacob Zuma, which left the people divided and wounded, as we all felt that President Jacob Zuma was not given a fair treatment by judiciary. We had to contend with the eruption of the July 2021 social unrest, which left untold economic damage, causing the loss of more than 350 lives, in particular in the Phoenix massacre, but as well as other areas such as Chatsworth and Northdale and Pietermaritzburg. While we were trying to recover from these major incidents, we suffered yet another blow from the April and May floods, which cost at least 461 lives, destroyed infrastructure, and caused further setbacks on the economic front. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, all of these incidents were hard-hitting to us as leadership that carried a responsibility to respond and provide support to the affected people and communities. These moments required courageous and decisive leadership to face the raging storms. The severity of such incident was too unbearable, but we soldiered on, knowing that ours is the cause to serve the people. At the beginning of the sixth administration, we prioritized the task of building a capable, ethical, and effective state. The first step in pursuit of this objective was to call on all government workers to embrace the principles of Batupile as a guiding framework on discipline and conduct expected of them and how to treat ordinary people whom we serve. Subsequent to that, we launched Operation Siyahlola to monitor the standard of the services that are given to the people. In building a capable state, we conducted a skills audit among the public servants to ensure that appropriate skills are deployed where required. We embarked on skills development in partnership with the National School of Governance and build strategic relationship with all tertiary institutions in the province. When we started this term after the general elections of 2019, the province had recorded about 12.4 billion of irregular expenditure in the year 2018-2019. It is important that we highlight that irregular expenditure does not automatically mean corruption or wasteful expenditure, but rather means failure to account and possible mismanagement. In a period of 3 years, we managed to reduce this irregular expenditure of 12.4 billion to at least 6.8 billion. And further plans are in place to totally stop irregular expenditure. When we started this term, only 2 departments had attained clean audit. Today, as we depart the office of the Premier, we are grateful that the office of the Premier itself has for the first time received a clean audit in history. In addition, 6 other departments received clean audits, meaning in this year, while we entered at the beginning of the term of office, inherited only 2 departments who had clean audit, were departing the government today with 7 departments having received clean audit. We have equally improved overall financial performance of departments. This is a record number that has never been achieved before in the history of KwaZulu-Natal. Notwithstanding the bureaucracy that exists within the state, we have laid a firm foundation to fight and eliminate corruption. We acted swiftly against reports of corruption even at the Premier's office, hence a number of suspended officials and ongoing criminal cases. We took decisive actions on allegations of corruption on the procurement of PPEs during COVID-19, and we were among the first to publish companies that benefited on COVID-19 interventions. One of the strategic tasks we set for ourselves was to ensure economic growth, distribution, and creation of jobs. In this regard, we can report that we managed to stop the exodus of disinvestment and encourage expansion of existing companies. the growth in the Durban Trade Port and the Richards Bay Industrial Development Zone are some of the evidence. I depart this office proud of the work we have achieved in supporting small businesses. We have rolled out the radical socio-economic transformation interventions such as Operation Vula and Black Industrialist Program. Through these interventions, many small enterprises continue to benefit from government financial and non-financial support. We've intensified the support to ensure that blacks and Africans in particular are integrated in manufacturing sector, which is an anchor of economic growth and sustainable business trajectory. For the first time in the history of the province, we established the KZN Youth Business Fund dedicated to support young entrepreneurs. This funding has assisted many young people across the province, and some are now penetrating the formal market. The decisive launch of the KZN Youth Business Fund ignited hope and was replicated by other provinces in the country. During this period, we have successfully positioned KwaZulu-Natal on a journey to become a real gateway to Africa. We have positioned the province as an integral part of Africa and managed to form strategic partnership with key institutions such as the Secretariat of the Intra-Africa Trade Zone, the African Export and Import Bank, the African Development Bank. We hope, building on these relations, our province will enhance economic growth and sustainability. We are grateful that we have achieved almost a universal access to basic education in the province. And great work has been done to make schools better centers for children to learn and educators to teach. Schools such as Anton Lembede Maths and Science Academy, Mandla Mthethwa Academy in Umkhanyakude, the Pholela Schools of Excellence in Hirikwala, are standing and living testimonies of a better and quality education that the African National Congress is intending to deliver to all learners, irrespective of their location. We have successfully stabilized the leadership of the organs tasked to fight crime, but a lot still needs to be done to ensure effective policing, and this requires urgent attention on resourcing the police, root out rotten elements who work with criminals from within the police service. And we must also continue to improve community participation in policing. Our commitment to provide basic services remained high priority. This included the provision of water, electricity, adequate health care, roads and houses. Most of these, especially water and roads, will still need more attention, and we hope the incoming leadership will continue with plans and programs aimed at ensuring provision of these services to all people of KwaZulu-Natal. While many would always criticize the ANC and its government, the truth on the performance remains expressed through the houses that have been delivered, access to social services, and access to education. The delivery in these areas attests to the fact that no organization has a capacity or a political will to change the lives of the people of South Africa, except the African National Congress, the ANC. I present this statement not as a holistic account on the work done, for the fact that the sixth administration is still continuing. Leadership is like a relay where one run his mileage and hand over to the next till the race is complete. We've arrived at that time to hand over to the next leadership to steer forward the struggle for the construction of a national democratic society, a society where there will be no racial nor gender discrimination, a society where we would have eliminated poverty and achieved economic integration. At a political level, there are those who have accused us of betraying former President Jacob Zuma. I wish to make it clear that I have supported former President Zuma right from the beginning, from the 14th of June 2005 until today. I've supported him as a leader and someone who has sacrificed his life for South Africa to be liberated. My support has never been personal, but organizational. At no stage have I ever tried to get a position through being associated with him. Equally, I've never badmouthed others because they didn't support him. This disputative narrative further accused myself in particular by suggesting that I've aligned myself with President Ramaphosa. And it should be noted that it is the tradition of the ANC that dictates that members must always accept and work with the elected leadership, whether they have supported the election of that leadership or not. This is a principle of the movement. The ANC's principles of organizational democracy and discipline further underline that leaders must lead all members with the same and equal treatment. This is key to ensure unity and cohesion of the ANC. For that, I'm elated that we all appreciate that the ANC is much united than it was between 2015 and 2017. The journey we have traversed from the 2018 Provincial Conference of the ANC to the ANC's 9th Provincial Conference was not easy, but it managed to reintegrate all members of the ANC into the organization. I have no doubt that there is a solid foundation upon which the elected leadership will continue to build on and cement unity of the ANC and that of the society. Once again, I reiterate that I've taken the decision to resign, not because I'm pushed by the new leadership, but simply because of the narrative peddled against myself. It has been my revolutionary teaching that a revolutionary duty is served not by allowing personal desires, but by serving the organization and the masses it leads. I'm happy that I depart the government with no cloud of any allegation. And I hope as cadres we will preserve clean government which focuses on the emancipation of the people. As I alluded earlier, cadres of the revolutionary movement should consciously avoid becoming a center of a problem or anything that hinders the progress of the revolution. I bid you all a fond farewell, especially to you members of the media, as well as whom we have been with through the many life-threatening challenges that I've mentioned before. Because we know each other, we are friends, colleagues, comrades in arms, it is possible that we will meet again in the struggle to better the living conditions of the people of our province, our country, and the world. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Premier. May I depart from tradition and quickly request the Premier to...
All right, the outgoing Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, there, Sihle Zikalala, addressing the media on his position and the fact that he's taken position to resign, as he termed it, consciously and expeditiously, thanking the ANC for having trusted him to lead the party in the province, and also saying that work indeed will continue. There is commitment to ensure service delivery. He also addressed, very importantly, I suppose, the issue of former President Jacob Zuma, saying that he did not betray the former president, as perhaps it might have seemed to some of those who had not supported him in the party. And also, of course, addressing some of the gains while he was in office as Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. We'll certainly talk more on this resignation.